My only complaints then might be that it it might be that it's the same thing that kind of gave Static some of its charm back in the 90s. Is that the story is sometimes feels a little bit silly, kind of. I don't know if maybe I'm just too used to more realistic or slightly gritty comics, like I've been reading, like, Batman, or I don't know, or Green Lantern type stuff, Blackest Night events, or I admit I've been reading a lot of independent comics like Invincible or Tony Chu, or Chu, Irredeemable, things like that, because I haven't been reading too much of the mainstream. But actually, beyond that, the point is, Static Shock is kind of it's not a very edgy comic. It's kind of it's a fun comic. It's a swashbuckling, as I described earlier. It's so yeah, it's not very gritty. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I kind of worry that it might not be taken as seriously. But we'll see, because some of the characters, like Joey Piranha and Virul and the Pale Man and stuff like that. Some of the characters, they feel just a little bit silly, just a little bit, because they have this sort of freakish look to them, or a kind of over the top, kind of feel almost like that show, now it was a guilty pleasure of mine, but almost kind of like The Cape, from NBC. And Marcus, this is when Marcus, laughs at me, pretty much this part of the video. But yeah, that's one of my slight complaints, slight worries. You kind of have to. It's more so. I don't know if I'm using this right, but kind of high fantasy. That may not be the best usage, but it's just more fantastical, not grounded in a lot of reality. So that might be what gives that might be what gives it its charm. So I may just need it to grow on me again. Maybe that's it. So there's that aspect. Another thing would be a lot of the corporate or kind of mobster stuff that's going on is a little bit hard to follow, because they keep jumping between Joey Piranha and this guy who's he's, I want to say, off screen, but they haven't necessarily met him. I guess he's the head honcho of the Slate gang, I guess. But they're the criminal politics, I guess you might say. Sometimes there's a lot of talking and a lot of intimidation, some of the dialogue's a little wooden sometimes between a lot of the gangsters and the members of the Slate gang. Sometimes that can be kind of a drag to get through and a little confusing, because I wasn't entirely sure what the Slate gang was after. Some of what they're doing seems to be experimentation with Q-Juice, which was created by Captain Nemo. He's named after Captain Nemo, Dr. Nemo, from old Milestone and like Shadow Cabinet and things like that. It seems some of the demons from Dakota have migrated further into the New 52, and they've set up shop in New York. And so some of that can be just a little bit confusing. Some of it the main thing seems to be that the mobsters have gotten their hands on Q-Juice and stuff like that, and so they're pretty much creating their own Big Bang, but more of a selective process, versus versus Dharma and Dr. Nemo from old Milestone, who pretty much caused the Big Bang to happen. Well, now these mobsters are kind of pretty much selecting just unwitting, just innocent people, or some not so innocent, and pretty much mutating them, pretty much enforcing them into the Slate gang. So some of that can be just a little bit confusing, but I'm trying to hang on, but hopefully that'll be cleared up.